Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life of Poetry. I am Poetry. You are actually here for a PNTV, Poetry's News and Twisted Views. On the move today, because I'm going to do this on my way to work, because I wanted to sit down and really do a real talk, real think piece on this, and I can't right now because of time constraints. But I really need to get my thoughts together in order for me to really sit down with what I want to talk about. So I'm just gonna read you what I posted this morning on Facebook, and this will kind of give you an idea of what this whole PNTV is going to be about before I pull out of my driveway. So I wrote this morning that families are being ripped apart by our government, children caged like animals with no plan to ever reunite them with their loved ones. What they gonna do with these babies? Are they waiting for another hurricane so they could say it washed them away and then blame it on nature, blame it on the global warming that we don't say exists? Our government withdraw from the Human Rights Council to support Israel, yet they steady making plans with dictators and communists like Russia. And he is trying to develop a separate but equal space army. The fact that he used separate but equal in the language is telling in itself. We got women being told what to do with our bodies as far as our reproductive system. Healthcare is being stripped away from us. Our drinking water is still poison. Net neutrality is happening. Over 5,000 citizens in Puerto Rico are dead because our government abandoned them. And still the people who are there, over 19,000 of them, are still left without power. Our police have been militarized. We got mass shootings, mass incarceration, sex trafficking, racism in abundance. Cancer spreading like wildfires. Black women, we getting more fibroids than ever, enabling us to have children. And neither one of them two are coincidence. The fact that cancer, I've got so many friends that has been stricken with cancer in the last month. Please believe that's not a coincidence. And it sounds like it's a TV show, don't it? It's, to me, because I watched The Handmaid's Tale, and the reason why I tell so many people they should be watching The Handmaid's Tale, this is exactly what this sounds like. America, right here. This is America. This is going on right now. This is our modern day Gilead, our current day Gilead in full effect. That's what's happening. Let me turn the air on in my car, pull out my driveway, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this briefly. Well, until I get to work, we're going to talk about this. But I am going to sit down and give y'all a full video at the end of this week. Telling me to put my seatbelt on. A full video at the end of this week to really talk about these issues and those things that I just listed about what's going on in America. And my daughter was like, okay, where should we move to? But I honestly think that this type of process is not just happening in America. We are seeing it full frontal because this is where we live. But there's places everywhere around the world that are having small fractions of this type of stuff happening, I believe. I think Brexit, if that's pronounced incorrectly, is one form of what we got going on in a smaller version. You know, they're trying to recontrol the borders on who can come in and out of different areas of Europe. Usually, if you're in Europe, you can travel to any country, you know, for the most part with ease. But now they're trying to place limitations on that, who can come and go into the country and things like that. That's just another faction of what's going on here in America. We just have a bigger platform because we were supposed to be the world superhero. You know what I'm saying? I woke up this morning. First of all, Rebecca Davenport, 85. I'm not sure if you watch my PNTV or any other thing on my channel besides Handmaid's Tale. I want to thank you, first of all, for telling me not to watch Handmaid's Tale this morning before I go to work. I got up with the intent of doing just that because I know Wednesday is also my movie day and I'm going to the movies as well. But she came onto the channel and said, hey girl, hey, don't watch Handmaid's Tale this morning before you go to work. And then I noticed that she's a veteran Marine as well, so, you know, simplified. And I talked a lot during the Handmaid's Tale about my mental stability and PTSD and things that trigger me. And there was a scene where Nick was having sex with his new wife of 15 years old. And I was like, I can't watch that shit. That's not something I can watch. I know it's TV, but I can't watch that shit. So I appreciate her thinking about my mental stability in that fact and saying, do not watch this before I go to work, because it will probably piss me the fuck off and put me in a certain headspace. Last week somebody did already alert me that there's a rape scene that is going to happen on the show. So I was already trying to like kind of sort of prepare myself, but not really. And so I'm assuming that rape scene is probably a lot more heavy than I can probably even expect, and which is why Rebecca gave me that warning. I appreciate it. So I will not watch Handmaid's Tale until I get back from the movies. Letting y'all know that right now. I'm not gonna put whatever the heaviness is on my heart until afterwards. At this moment, I can choose how to regulate my pain and my mental stability. Okay, so, but what I did do, I tried not to do, but I did it anyway. I got up and I got on Twitter this morning, and I saw Rachel Maddow was trying to read a lead about the current state of what's going on with these concentration camps that they have built for these babies down in the state of Texas. There's 3 of them. They call them the tender age camps, right? This is where they are deporting families to Mexico, ripping their babies out of their arm. They're keeping their children hostage and locked in cages here in America. And yes, these are cages. My dog has the exact same cage that they are putting these children in. They're cages. They have like a little tarp on the floor for them to sleep on and lay on. I heard a report that the youngest child that's there that I've heard, it may have been more, is an 8-month-old baby who was stripped away from the parents while that child was 4 months old. And that baby is being held down in these concentration camps. My question again, like I asked on Facebook, was what's going to happen to these babies? Because the United States government has no plans at all to reunite any of these children with their loved ones, other family members that may already legally be here in the United States. Nothing. They don't have any plans. They don't know. They don't have a what next. Of course, Commander-in-Chief Zero, he don't give a fuck. He don't give not a good goddamn fuck what happens to them. What I mean, and what that he already said that they are a tyrant to this country, you know. So why would he give a damn about what the fuck happened to their kids? And you know good God doggone well he's not gonna place these children into the United States system and find them homes or things of that nature. That's not gonna happen. I painfully feel that they're gonna kill these babies. I mean, we got so many other children that already, didn't we have 1,200 already come up missing at the border? We already had those 1,200 missing at the border. What happened to those babies? That's what I said. Is he waiting for another hurricane? You know, hurricane season is upon us. He's waiting for another hurricane to hit the coastline of Texas so he can say, you know, they got fucked up in the hurricane and got washed away. Oh, well, too bad, so sad. The same way he's saying, oh, well, too bad, so sad for our citizens in Puerto Rico. I think the last time I mentioned that, a lot of people didn't realize that Puerto Rico is part of the United States. They did not join the Union, which means that's why they're not a state. They are a territory, a property of these here United States. Just like the U.S. Virgin Islands are part of the United States. But they are not a state because they are not part of the Union. But they are under our government. And our government should be protecting them because they are still citizens. But they've been disregarded. And it makes me so angry. Like, what can we do? We are complaining to our government officials. We write letters. We write posts. We're sharing tweets. We're sharing memes. What is it that we can do that we don't end up like Gilead on The Handmaid's Tale? Because that's where we're going. We're heading there faster than hell in a handbasket. On that show, they stripping babies from their mothers too. They doing the exact same thing on that show. Shit, matter of fact, it got so bad because, like I said, it was happening and people didn't even trip off of the fact that it was happening. It was like they woke up one day and like, what the fuck happened? I don't want to wake up one day and like, what the fuck happened? We here in America and worldwide need to see what is going on. 53% of Republicans believe that the border separation, I may be wrong. It may not just be Republicans. It may be America as a whole. 53% was the poll that I heard here, but I thought it said Republicans believe that taking these babies at the border is the right thing to do. 53%, that's more than the majority. You know what I'm saying? But us in the minority, the ones who have a problem with this, the ones who have a conscience, who have some sense of humanity in our bones, what is it can we do? Because like I said, I think I mentioned before in a couple other PNTVs, we could vote. Yes, voting is there. Voting is there for us to get the people in office who we believe is going to do what we want them to do. Yet we all know, and anybody that has voted before, has been voting since they were 18 or legally able to do so, know without a doubt that we vote people in that we believe think like us, and them motherfuckers show us different. We know this. So voting is not 100% the answer. There has to be something else. Marching and protesting with our signs. Giving the exposure to the media, who's also controlled by the government. Net neutrality, you know what I'm saying? What exactly else can we do? I mean, I'm not saying don't vote. I'm not saying don't march, don't hold your signs, don't tweet, don't. But what else can we do? We as a people need to really stand up against what is going on with this government. I am so clueless as to why nobody can do nothing. We got treason for a reason. We have impeachment for a reason. We have jail cells built for criminals for a reason. Because trust me, everything that this man in office is doing is criminal in nature and criminal in morality and values. It's criminal. Black people in this country, we of all people should see the writing on the wall. They did this to us back in slavery time, but you know, they want us to forget about slavery, forget about that. Why forget about it? Because if we forget our past, is we doomed to repeat it. And those of us who still haven't forgot it, we clearly see this shit is happening all over again. But the difference is, it's not just happening to black people anymore. Just like the drugs, the spread of the drugs, and now everybody wants to be like, oh my goodness, the drugs are really fucking up our people, the heroin and the cocaine and the crack. When it was just hitting black people, it was black people's problems. We were savages, we were beasts, we were all of this, that, and the third. And, you know, good for nothings who couldn't think straight and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But now that it's hitting white people and other people in mass amounts, now it's an issue. Like, I'm riding past this big fucking truck right here, and that's all I can see. It's like the amount of bodies that they can hide in this truck and transport. It's just, my eyes water and I'm not crying. But like I said, I was speaking of Rachel Maddow. That's what I saw this morning. That's all she was doing was reading the lead. A lead is just a headline. That's if you didn't understand what a lead is. A lead is just the headline. It's not really getting into details and depths about what is going on. But she couldn't even get through reading the lead because of how despicable this all seems. And I've said it time and time again on many PNTVs. I've said it in different TV show reviews. If you don't watch my TV show reviews, you're missing out a lot. I'm going to toot my own horn because when I do reviews, I incorporate a lot of my thoughts about current day situations, including my own personal life, into those recaps and reviews. And I know for a fact The Handmaid's Tale is one of those shows that hits home. 3% hits home. It's the same thing going on here. You had the elitist rich that wanted to take over, and when shit got fucked up where they was at, you know, global warming and everything started fucking everything up, the water started being contaminated, they wanted to come take over the areas that hadn't been, you know, fucked with. The new world, the people were trying to rebuild and regrow things. They wanted to take that shit over and then kick everybody else that was already there out. Let the elite people have it. Remember I was telling y'all about Manila was building this popular, what's the word? I'm looking, pollution-free city. And I was wondering how were they going to select who's going to get to live there? Was it going to be the elite few? Just, you know, just like on 2012, the movie? That's why I think I watch a lot of movies and TV. So even though, you know, the media can be misleading, you still can get a lot of information from the media. So I don't ever say turn it off. Don't ever say turn it off. These TV shows, even though they are TV, they have a lot of reality in the storylines. The ideas come from somewhere. If it ain't happening right now, so if somebody was trying to make it happen, and sometimes a lot of those TV shows have subliminal messages to us as viewers. That's why I think that TV show, The Continuum, got canceled. 4 good seasons, and it is the whole Continuum thing reminded me of when Bernie was running for office, and how the people who were going up against the government, allowing corporations to run the country, you know, and control your medicines and put ID tags under your skin. You know, they doing that shit now with your cell phones. People think, oh, that's so cute, I can read my text messages through my skin. They are tagging that ass. That's what they doing to y'all. And we are so oblivious because we're so fascinated by the new technology and shit. And I know I share a lot of memes and everything because sometimes it's funny, it's fun. But I really am a person that likes to talk on the phone and have conversations with people face to face. But I know there's a lot of the reason I bring up the memes, I read this book called The Word Exchange. And in The Word Exchange, that's all you could do is talk with memes. The words were illegal to use in this dystopian world. The word exchange, if you got caught writing a letter, reading a book, you know, reading a menu with a word on it, it was illegal. You could be killed for that shit. Same thing happens in Gilead. You're not allowed to read. Women not allowed to read. They give you pictures and shit. The pictures dictate what you're supposed to do in life. The pictures dictate what kind of food you're about to eat. There's no that's why in the last episode when Serena Joy went to Canada and they gave her itinerary was all pictures. It was like, bitch, here, taste of your own medicine. That shit, we get so comfortable with memes and sharing memes and people don't want to communicate and talk to each other no more. That's why I think I like YouTube so much, because I still can talk to people. And I like the idea of doing lives and, you know, going back and forth and communicating people that way. The only reason why I don't do them as much is because I like to try to control what I'm saying, because if I let this conversation go live, we could be on here forever, like forever, ever, for real. But I think when I do my whole think piece, I'm gonna sit down and do it live, because one, I'm a jack of all trades. Before I was a journalist. I started off writing with my own blogs initially, and then I became a journalist at school when I got to university, so I used to write for the paper. And all my pieces were very serious pieces and about things that are going on in current government and everything. I wrote a few research papers. So when I do this think piece, I really want to sit down and write what I want to say to you guys out, and not just wing it off the top of my head like I'm doing right now. I'm at work. I need to get in here. But if there's anything that you want to talk about in the comment section, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section, because this is just going to be the first part of this. This is just going to be the opening, because I'm really disturbed. And I guess right now, my place, my thing, what I can do, and I ask what else can we do, is to share and disseminate the information. That's the only thing I can think to do myself right now, and make people aware, and so we can stop closing our eyes to what's going on. I watched this brother, I met him through B Fabulous You channel, named Brother Iyapo. His channel is called Iyapo Yapa. And I'm going to end this video with what his acronym of his channel means. Iyapo Yapa basically means, if you ain't pissed off, you ain't paying attention. And I'm like, you say that, brother Iyapo Yapa, say that shit. If you ain't pissed off, you ain't paying attention. Fuck waking up. You could wake up, you know what I'm saying? I wake up every day at 6 a.m. Sometimes I don't get my ass out the bed to 9. I'm woke, but I'm still laying there not doing anything. It's time for us to get up and get some action. And like I say, right now, this is the action that I think that I could take right now. It's just to voice it. I always say I don't want to get too political on my channel, because I get upset and shit pisses me off. But I think it's time. I think it's time. Thank y'all for coming back and watching PNTV with me on the road. I'm not gonna watch Handmaid's Tale until after I get out the movies tonight. I appreciate y'all support, like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more. There will be more of my more political think pieces coming onto this channel. Yeah, but they will be part of PNTV. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.